Mm-hmm.
Hey, Chris DeMars here, NorthStar Custom Baits. Going to talk a little bit about the hair jigs that we make. Seeing how it's fall and they're going to really come into season here. The hair jigs that we currently tie are silicone and hair, kind of a combination hybrid jig. Started tying these a while ago. Strictly fished them for smallmouth in the beginning. They work great for smallmouth, but they also work for largemouth. This is actually the flipping hair. It's built on our alien head. It gives one of the special things about this is the profile of the bait. You can see that it's a real short, chunky profile. In the fall, when the fish are, they're looking to feed up, they do, they want meals, and this is a meal. The way that we tie them, the hair is always flared out, and the silicone flares out even more. Just gives it kind of a unique profile in the water that you're not going to see with a lot of other jigs. How I fish these is, the only thing I can tell you is slow. Just slow down with them. Give the hair a little bit of time to move. Give the silicone a little bit of time to flare out, and expose your trailer. And just, it's either, if I'm fishing for largemouth, it's just a slow lift and drop. If I'm fishing for smallmouth, then it's just a slow drag with a lot of pauses usually. One thing, the retrieve changes every day, obviously. Just depends on what the fish want, but usually it's something a little bit slower. If they want something a little bit faster, I'll switch to, something else like a swim jig or something like that, better suited to fishing faster. But this particular jig, is basically built for flipping. You see us here around the pads. It's what we're doing today. Hidden line tie, 60-degree hook, thicker weed guard, thicker hook. It's got a 3X mustad hook on it. The trailer that I'm using right now is a Pit Boss trailer, or a Pit Boss chunk, I think is what it's called. We just got these in and I like them. Other trailers that I use for this particular one, the alien head flipping, pack a craw, zoom chunks, basically anything that's not going to be, beavers. I might take a scissors and trim the body down a little bit so they don't flare the hair, make it, this is about as wide of a trailer as I want to get on there. The thing, when I'm fishing these, I just use a regular, my regular jig rod. The other style of hair jig that we tie is a little bit lighter, well, actually a lot lighter hook. It's a football head. These, same thing. They give the nice chunky profile. The trailers that I use on these are zoom chunk, pack a craw. Stuff like that. A lot of the times I'll trim the trailer, if it's a chunk, I'll trim it into a V so that it doesn't flare the hair. The football head style has a really light wire hook in it. When I'm throwing the football head, I throw it with a spinning rod. This is a Compre 7-foot medium extra fast. Works really good for these. It's about 8-pound test, I think, on here. Just a fluoro hybrid that I use. Like I said, usually I use these for smallmouth. We also use them for largemouth if we're fishing a point, or something out deep. Half ounce, 3/4 ounce, dragging them around. And it's just the whole thing that makes these work is the profile. I mean, you can just see the bait. It's got a lot chunkier profile than a normal jig. And when you pause it, the longer strands of the hair will flare out and move and just give it that subtle secondary movement. The silicone spreads out and flares out pretty good, and that's all has to do with the way they're tied. The silicone's in there pretty tight and wants to flare automatically. These are our hair jigs, and if you've never fished them in the fall, actually all year long, but especially in the fall, you have to try them. It's the one, I don't normally say that, but these are, my go-to fall bait. You know, everybody fishes a lot of different ways, but these always seem to be tied on and getting used heavily in the fall. So that's it. Thanks for watching.